Cindy asks, "Hey Matt, what's the easiest and quickest way to perform due diligence on a property that I cannot personally look at? Specifically, the type of neighborhood, the value of the property, the condition of the property, and the desirability of the school district."
Cindy, thanks for the question. This is a really important question, and it's a question that I feel like a lot of people definitely get a little bit hung up on. So I'm really glad you asked it, because I think a lot of people are going to benefit from this question. So if you're starting to invest in out-of-state properties, these are exactly the types of things that you should be looking for. The answer is that most of the due diligence that you would be doing on an out-of-state property would be the same due diligence that you would be doing on an in-state property, okay? So how do you know about the condition of the property? Well, you're going to hire a third-party, independent, professional home inspector to go in there and inspect the property. Same thing you'd do if you were buying a property right down the street from yourself, right? I mean, if you're buying a property on your own street, yeah, you could go in and you could walk the property and you could look at the property, but you're not I don't think, unless I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I would assume that you're not, like I am not, a professional home inspector. And so, you know, even if you're buying a property on your own block, you're still going to have a professional home inspector come in there and look at all of the stuff that they look at and tell you that these are the types of things that are an issue with the property that need to be fixed before closing and all that kind of stuff. So you would just do the exact same thing on your out-of-state property. When you're ready to purchase, when you're ready to close, you send in your professional home inspector. They go in, they inspect the property. They work for you, not the seller. And they give you the property inspection report. You then bring it to the seller's attention. Hey, these things need to be fixed before closing, right? Same thing you would do if you're buying a primary residence to live in. So, you know, so that's one thing. Now, in terms of the market research and all the other kind of stuff, again, you know, same type of answer, which is that everything these days is online, okay? And you would want to do the same thing for an out-of-state property that you would do for a property in your hometown. So if you want to research school districts, that's absolutely something that is, you know, online, that you can search for that and you can, you know, identify that and look that up. If you want to evaluate the, you asked about the property valuation, same thing you do if you're buying something in your hometown, right? You could hire a professional appraiser to go out there and do an appraisal for you, and then you get the appraisal report. Or, you know, have a local real estate broker do a broker price opinion and share the closed comparable sales with you, and that sort of thing. So it would all be the same. You would do it with, you know, licensed third-party professionals who would perform the same services for you on your out-of-state property. Some additional resources that I would share with you that I think are important. One of the things that you want to do, again, out-of-state or in-state, doesn't matter, same thing. You would want to look at the rental demand and understand the local market rents for the properties that you're purchasing, ideally including local vacancy rates, ideally including, you know, which way the market is trending and all that kind of stuff. There's a service called Rent Range. Rentrange.com is the website, and that's a service that can provide you that information down to the address level of the specific property that you're inquiring about. So, you know, there's now some very advanced, you know, technology these days that help you to do that. Whether it's an out-of-state property or an in-state property, I would encourage you to have the same due diligence regimen for both. And just make sure that you're having professionals and using professional services to understand the value of the property, understand the fair market rent of the property, understand the condition of the property, you know, and all that stuff.